So very good evening friends, hope all of you watched the previous video in which a broad analysis of question 6C was done. So on that note, let's quickly take a look at two questions from Ind AS 10, that is illustrations 9 and 11, because Ind AS 10 is asked every once in 2 or 3 attempts, and also this is a good question because if you're not seeing these questions, it is very difficult to secure marks on this kind of theoretical questions. So in the plant of PQR Limited, there was a fire on 10th May 2021 in which the entire plant was damaged and the loss is expected to be rupees 40 lakhs. The claim with the insurance company has been fine and a recovery of 27 lakhs is expected. The financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2021 were approved by the board of directors on 12th June 2021. Show how it should be disclosed. So this is the question. Now we can write anything we want, that is absolutely fine, but the question is to secure 5 marks, what should I need to write? That is the point. So let's quickly check it out. First one will be, so this is based on Ind AS 10 that you should write, and it is a non-adjusting event. That is the first point. And as per relevant part of Ind AS 10, disclosures regarding material non-adjusting event should be made in the FS. That is, what are the things I should disclose? First is the nature of event and expected financial result of the same. I repeat, the nature of the event and the expected financial result of the same. So this is one aspect of the question. So moving to the next is with regarding to the going concern basis. So if the effect of deterioration in operating results and financial statements, financial position is so pervasive that management determines after the reporting period either 3 points. First we saw 2 points, now 3 points. That is, it intends to liquidate the entity or to cease the trading, or that it has no realistic alternative but to do so. So the preparation for the financial year 2021 as a going concern will not be appropriate. So in that case, it should prepare on any other aspects other than a going concern. So if you write till now answer, you would have secured at least 90% of the marks, but finally you should conclude with, however, if the going concern assumption is, after doing all the above analysis, if the going concern assumption is considered to be appropriate even after the fire, then no adjustment is required in the FS for the year ended 31st March 2021. That is it. If you watch this within 2 minutes, we were able to see this question, and also we discussed all the catch terms. Let's quickly, before we go to the last question, let's quickly recap once. So first one is nature of the event, the expected financial effect of the same, and next is it intends to liquidate or to cease the trading, or it has more realistic alternatives. These are the key terms, and also presenting the answer of the going concern angle. So moving on to the next question, last question, that is illustration 11. What will be the treatment for dividends declared to redeemable preference shareholders after the reporting period but before the financial statements are approved for the year 21-22? Whether Ind AS prescribes any accounting treatment for such dividends? Specific first point in this case is you should bring into picture the Ind AS 32. That is, if an entity declares dividends to holders of equity instruments as defined in Ind AS 32, after the reporting period, the entity shall not recognize those dividends. At the end of the reporting period. This is the base introduction for the answer that you should present. But in this case, Ind AS does not prescribe accounting treatment for dividends declared to, because this is about not equity but it is about redeemable preference shareholders. So as per the principles of Ind AS 32, a preference share that provides for mandatory redemption by the issuer for a fixed or determinable amount at a fixed or determinable future date, so that will be record, that is a financial liability. So in this case it will be, so thus dividend payments to preference shares are recognized as expense in the same way as interest on bond. First is a financial liability, so the recognition will be same way as interest on bond. So since interest will be charged on time basis, the requirement of Ind AS 10 regarding the date of declaration of dividend is not relevant for its recognition. This is how you should present. All of chances for 2.5 each, or any one question might be asked from this, and another will be from test your knowledge, like how Ind AS 8 question was asked in your September 25. That is also possible. So within 5 minutes we were able to discuss this entire 2 questions. So do watch it, do quickly make notes of all the key terms we discussed so that don't forget it. Let's keep on all the best.